Hey y'all, so I want to talk to y'all about something. And I'm sorry I gotta eat while I give y'all this message, but I'm in the middle of working and I didn't have time to record and then, eat afterwards, whatever. But the Father put this on my heart and I heard demonic family dynamics. And as y'all know, when I speak, when I come to y'all, it's from experience. And some people will be able to resonate with it, and if you're fortunate, you won't, and you'll understand later why I say that. But I'm gonna speak from my experience and the reason why um, I am alone or estranged from my family. See, when Jesus said, when Jesus said, "You will know them by their fruit," that is a huge, huge type of truth. Like, I mean, it's just it's massive, meaning the way it impacts you because in your family, when you are brought up in the church, quite naturally, the whole family is in the church, in and out the church. So to see people talk about God, pray to God, and quote the Bible and all of that, and you see that they came up in the church with you naturally assume that they really know God and they really believe until you start looking at the fruit. Now, I'm from LA, but I moved away because I felt, that it was best. It was best for me, for starting over, to get away from everything, everybody, and so I can focus. But 2 years later, God is speaking to me about making peace with the people that I either offended or had beef with before I got to this place or this point in my life with God. And He told me to go and make peace with a certain individual in my family. And I ended up sharing that with what I felt was a very close cousin of mine. Her mom brought me into her mom introduced me to Jesus, brought me up in the church, kept me in the church, put the fear of God in me as a child. Her husband baptized me, I believe, twice. Because you get baptized when you're a child, and then when you're old enough where you feel like you really believe and you really want to walk with God, you baptize again as like this is you really choosing to be baptized. Nobody is telling you to be baptized. So he baptized me twice. But her daughter, my auntie that kept me in the church, her daughter, one of one I considered to be a very close cousin, I ended up telling her that God wanted me to make peace with this individual. So, and I told her some other things. And I went down to LA. And this is where I couldn't believe. Um, I couldn't believe what was being revealed to me. So I go down there to LA. Now, my cousin is very close with this individual that I was supposed to, make peace with, talk to, you know, just do what the Father said. So my cousin has a lot of influence with this person. A lot, like me and this person don't get along, but my cousin, she did not use the influence and the power that she had in obedience to the Father. She didn't. So one day, me and my cousin, we were in the family room and we were talking. And we were talking about, the whole time I was there, we was just talking about God and what God wants me to do. And we were just talking about the family issues that has happened over the years, and, and how God has me at such a different place that, I'm at a point where I'm being honest, and I'm trying to clear things up. So this person that I was supposed to make peace with, all of a sudden she comes to the door. And, me and my cousin, we just woke up, we talking. I didn't know that this person was coming. I had no idea. And I spoke to her, but she came in and she went in the backyard. And not long after, my cousin got up and went in the backyard too, and they were back there for a while. And I'm like, and it starts to hit me that, the tension, you feel it, the tension, the energy, all that. So I'm thinking, at this point, I'm watching everything play out. God is speaking, and I'm watching. And it bothered me so much that my cousin didn't tell me that she was on her way, because that was an opportunity. That was the opportunity. But when the girl showed up, she had so much, there was so much tension and attitude, but I still spoke, because I understand what all of that was about, and I was told to clear it up. But um now I'm not going to force you. I'm not going to force myself on anybody to listen to me, and none of that. But by my cousin having the influence, she could have intervened and been a help, you know, but she didn't. And I told her, I said, when we have influence, which is a powerful force, when God gives us that, we are to use it in obedience. We are to use it to help, or to be a help. And when we don't, God removes it, because God will reveal who each one of us truly are. Oh yeah, it will be revealed. So not long after that, I came back home. And then I had a dream. And I saw a demonic influence within my cousin. And then God started showing me. He showed me again the way, that whole scenario and the way it played out. And then I started hearing, when me and her were in the family room talking, all these questions came up, you know. Why didn't she tell you that she was on her way? That was red flag number one. Okay. And some more questions popped up, like how she stood in the way. See, narcissistic spirits, they're very controlling, very manipulative. They care nothing about obedience. They care nothing about God. They care nothing about anything good. My cousin, like I said, has a lot of influence and control, but not over me. We've had some bumpy roads because I've always had to reestablish my independence with her. Always. I've always had to reiterate to her, I don't care who you think you are. Nobody controls me. Nobody tells me what to do. None of that. I, but that's been our issue because she couldn't influence me. She could not control me. She couldn't do it. I wouldn't let her because that's how my mother raised me. My mother raised me to speak for myself, stand for myself in any given situation. And then a wise man once told me that no matter a person's position in life, in relationship or in business or in the corporate world, they are still people. So I don't care who you are or what you do. I won't be disrespected, I won't be controlled, and I won't be negatively influenced. If I feel it's wrong, I'm going to voice that, and that's it. I don't care who you are, how high you sit. That's it. But a couple days after that whole scenario, I knew that I had to walk away because I had to walk away from everybody because of the influence, because of the power and the control and the influence that she has over the entire bloodline. I had to drop everybody. That was very painful. I cried for a long time, but God was with me, because even though I wanted to reconnect and but you cannot forget who people are when God show you who they are. That's who they are. So it was something that I had to walk out. I had to I had to cry as often as I had to until the separation didn't hurt anymore. But these type of family dynamics is very unfortunate, and it's a big part of the reason why I, I I'm not so pressed about having kids and getting married and all of that, because I know this place, this world, and I can't bring myself to explain to my children where they are and what happens, and I can't protect them from being bullied and hurt and abused. I don't know how I would respond to that. I don't think I'm stable enough, you know, because I love so hard, and I feel like to see that type of pain on my children would land me in prison. So, me don't have children. Mm-mm. Me don't think it's gonna happen either, because all the things that I've done and the things that I've had to walk through, I use this YouTube platform to bring awareness. I've given my life to Christ. What happens after that, I don't know. But I don't have to get married. I don't have to have children. I mean, to be honest, if it wasn't for sex, I don't even think I would even want to be married or have a man. For what? Because it's just work. So, but that's my truth. That's my perspective. That's how I see things. I know family is a gift, children are a gift. I understand that and I believe that. But I'm saying I don't believe I have the capacity to allow my children to learn and walk through fires. I would hurt somebody if I had to watch my daughter go through what I went through, because I know that pain. So it's not it's not something that I think I want. But I want sex. So, but that's a whole nother video. Anyway. But I've had some um I've had some run-ins with, it's a lot of demonic spirits in my family. And as I look, you know, over overhead of the family, everybody gets along with them except me. Because I tell the truth. When something ain't right, or when I see something, I tell it. And the one thing spirits hate is to be exposed. They love to stay in darkness. They love to situations where Satan loved to cut up in the dark. He liked to poke the bear and throw the stick. But when I see you poke the bear, I'm telling, it was you. What I see, I tell. Because I got to expose the truth. So I made this Facebook post, excuse me, basically about the secrets, the clicks, the mistreatment, the unfairness, no inclusion. I made a post about that and how it's been going on for so many years and how that learned behavior is demonic. And then I walked away. I walked away. I would sit by myself for life than to tolerate people because I don't have the patience. I don't. Nobody can sit in my face, and antagonize me. Like, I will hurt somebody. Mm-mm. No, I ain't tolerating that. Mm-mm. So naturally, don't nobody want to be around me. Well, I was cool with some people, but I wasn't included in a lot of stuff, in a lot of family events. And I know why. There's jealousy, you know, envy, because insecure people hate what they can't control. So it's not like I'm banging my head up against the wall talking about why this and why that. Like, mm-mm. I have wondered why me though. Like, cause some family members, they got a way of making you feel like you the only one that know God, the only one. They got a way of making you feel like you're the only one who fear Him. They got a way of making you feel like you're the only one who pray. I could tell y'all so much more, but I ain't got time. I gotta get back in the streets. But I just really wanted to tell y'all that because it's a lot of people that they deal with that, but they're not strong enough to walk away. They don't want to walk away. I didn't want to walk away. But what was the alternative? Keep tolerating that? No. Mm-mm. I would rather sit by myself forever than to tolerate stuff like that. Because if I keep calling out the the bad behavior that I see, who gonna want me around anyway? You get what I'm saying? So, but if you have to deal with that and you've walked away, or you're thinking about walking away, what's stopping you from walking away? Because the alternative is you stay there and you just deal with the treatment. You tolerate it. Like, mm-mm, don't tolerate that. Get on, leave them, leave them where they at. Let them clowns have that circus. Like, mm-mm. To me, like I said, her mom, my auntie, my My auntie was a lot like me. She loved God. She knew God. I believe that. And she showed up when things were wrong. She took care of it. She kept us in the right. So sometimes I feel like she my mama. Like, I can't believe her that she is the mother of them. I cannot believe that. I still be like, am I the only one that was listening to my auntie? Like, am I the only one that was paying attention in church? Am I the only one that read a verse and believed it? Am I the only one that was told about God and believed it? Am I the only one? To be a leader, you sacrifice a lot. You stand for a lot. You are you're gonna lose a lot because being a leader requires you to walk in honesty and humility, you know. And I would do myself and God a disservice to stay within a family and keep quiet when I see things going wrong, and I stay silent because I don't want to be outcast. I don't want to be the black sheep. I don't want to be, you know, cast out. So I sit there and I tolerate it. That ain't what leaders do. Leaders don't follow nothing but God. When he say do something, they do it. No matter the cost or the loss. I know that's my family, but the Lord is my God. And he told me it was going to happen, but you don't see it until the veil is removed. And even at that point, how do you ignore what God is revealing to you? I'm the chosen one. Chosen ones don't ignore stuff like that. When you see it, you call it. And I had to expose them. Now everybody know who they are. Now everybody know what they're a part of. And nobody else said anything about that demonic family dynamic in this bloodline. Nobody else has said anything. But it's okay. Because I did what I was supposed to do. I exposed every demon. I exposed the demonic behavior. I exposed the demonic influence. I exposed it. Y'all been talking about me all this time. Now you got a reason. Now you got a reason. Tell the truth. Walk in truth. You say you believe in God, but you have no conviction. You say you pray to God, but you have no conviction because the demonic behavior in which you display, it continues. So it's quite obvious who you serving. Oh, and her daddy a pastor. Ain't that something? Pay attention to the fruit. It's cool to listen to what they saying, but pay attention to the fruit. Don't miss the fruit. Don't miss it. I can't say I love you, but I'm always cheating. I'm always, at every point you catch a red flag in every interaction. But I love you. Pay attention to that fruit, y'all. When you see it, call it. If you don't resonate with this message, good for you and God bless you. Because I don't wish this on nobody at all. Because it's not easy walking by yourself, but it's necessary. In circumstances like this, it is necessary. When God called you apart, it's a reason. It's a reason. Now, all the things that God tell me, I don't share it with nobody. I don't have no friends. I don't have no family. And I'm not. This one writer, he said that's not healthy. I said, what's not healthy? He said it's not healthy to, you know, to not have any family, any friends, and all of that. And I said, when you get with your family and your friends, what do? Like he's like, oh, we have a good time. We go out, we drink, we party, we hang out, you know, we we do whatever we do. We have fun. And I said, who? I said, yeah, it's cool to have fun, but which one of them is helping you with your purpose? The reason for why you're here. He got the staggering and stuttering, like that's what I'm talking about. Don't drown yourself in crowds because you don't know who you are. Only confident people can walk alone, stand alone, because they know who they are and what they're supposed to be doing, what they're sent here to do. They know. I don't need no friends. I don't need nobody. I don't need it. I don't need it. I only need God. I only ever needed God. I thought I needed all of that until God put me by myself, put me in situations where all I had was Him. And that's how I kept it. If a friend shows up, if a family member shows up and they want to speak truth and walk in truth, okay, we got something to work with. But other than that, God said, in spirit and in truth, be truthful. You may lose a lot, but so what? So I'm still eating. I'm still working. My bills are still getting paid. Life still goes on. You ain't gotta hide behind people. You don't need anybody. I'm just I'm very disappointed in my bloodline. Very disappointed. Very. You know, God don't ask for perfection. He asks for truth. Believe. I thought y'all were believers. I thought y'all were really children of God. And hmm, don't fear God at all. They just don't. And we all came up in the church together. We all prayed together. We sung in the choir together. We, Bible study and the classes and all of that. We did all of that together. You mean to tell me I'm the only one that want to walk with God in spirit and in truth? I'm the only one that want to? That is disgraceful. And it's very disappointing because, you know, being with God, how do you know God? Read his word, pray to him, and have no conviction. How? It's one thing to admit you're struggling with something, but when it comes to you standing in the way of what God told his children to do, that's something different. That is something different. You choosing wrong over right. You choosing, you know, demonic influence over obedience to the Father. That's deep. Oh yeah, I gotta come out from among y'all. I can't ride with y'all. I can't walk with y'all. I can't do nothing with y'all until y'all really start serving God in spirit and in truth. Like I can't. And how did y'all get so emotionally numb? Like, how do you not call a spade a spade? Like, how do you turn away from that? Y'all, when I'm out there working, I see so many homeless people, drug addicts. It is like I'm always weeping over somebody and praying for somebody because how do you turn away from that? How? I just thank God. Like, that could be me sleeping on the side of a sidewalk in the rain, in the cold. How do you go into the world and you see all of people's pain, and demise, and you don't feel the blessing of God on your life? And you don't pray, and you don't like, I don't know. I don't know. It's just it's something else. But I got to get I gotta get to work. I'll see y'all in the next one.